For external corners, you obviously want to do a 45-degree mitre cut. But for internal corners, this can be problematic because if the corner is slightly less or more than 90 degrees, particularly when it's more than 90 degrees, opening up the mitre can leave you with these nasty gaps. Whereas if you scribe the internal corner with perhaps a little bit of back cutting, you can work with quite a considerable increase on that 90 degrees without having unsightly gaps in the corner. But ironically, the first job is to cut a 45-degree angle, as this shows us what needs removing. The angle piece can then be cut off. I use the mitre saw for the bulk of it, finishing off with a handsaw. And yes, I know this saw is in a terrible state. This leaves a couple of straight cuts, which you can either do again with a mitre saw or a fine-tooth saw. And for this I love my Japanese Shikunin saws. And then all we've got left is the curve, which you can remove using a coping saw. And the trick with a coping saw is to keep the saw moving so you can gradually turn through the curve.
And in we go. Oh, do you know what? Considering I haven't even sanded that, I think that's the best joint I've ever done.
But they don't always fit that well first time, and you sometimes need to make adjustments, which you can do with a power file if you have one, or I also use a wooden spoon wrapped in sandpaper. And a Stanley blade or chisel is also handy to make small adjustments. So I hope you found that useful. Check out my channel for my more detailed long form videos, and don't forget to subscribe so you get notified when I post something new.